So what about season 3? Season 2, we saw you guys leave off. I mean, what a cliffhanger. Intense. Okay, first, bruises galore, and kind of just, it ended on this cliffhanger of a moment where you're like, what is really going to happen? How are they going to come back in season 3? So give us a tease. What is in store for your characters in season 3? I feel like redemption may be on the way.
He's dead.
Yeah,
But for
yeah.
me, I just
so
really
other than me dying.
No, and then he miraculously comes
exactly.
back.
You know, I think it's gonna, like you said, it is the redemption story for a lot of us. I think just like in season 2, a lot of us have consequences that we need to face, and you know, one of those is just learning how to read aspects of things. Yeah, exactly. What about you?
Yeah? Yeah, what about Hawk?
Well, kind of like in Ruin. So you know, me and Sensei Kreese, he's like trying to find like the next leader, and Hawk is very eager to try to fill that role, you know. But there's a lot of other characters, you know, so you never know what's gonna happen. But I definitely this season had a lot of fun scenes with Marty.
Okay.
Yeah, so those would be cool to watch.
Very awesome. Are there any fun guest appearances that we could look forward to this season?
No.
No. You know,
Oh,
I think.
come on.
Well, I think the question that a lot of people ask is like, is it possible that this character comes back or this character? And
Yeah.
I think, you know, the universe is ever expanding, so I think nothing is ever, you know, out of the
Question.
cards, or you know what I'm saying. So it's definitely possible. You know, all of these characters live in the same universe, but I think the ones that get pulled out of, you know, Pandora's box are really will be up to the writers. You know.
All right, so who are some of those characters that folks are looking forward to seeing come back on the show?
We always hear Terry Silver.
I was about to say that's the one that we hear all the time.
Yeah.
That one and Mike Barnes for some. I mean, I know why, but everyone's always like,
Terry Silver coming
it's.
back.
I would say it's really fun to hear some of the. What do you call them? Like the predictions for our show.
Oh,
People will be like,
yeah.
well,
Like on
Hawk,
YouTube and
yeah,
stuff?
Hawk
Yeah.
has these 2 mugs in the background of his house.
Yeah,
and
so therefore,
a lot of conspiracy
Yeah,
theories.
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what they're called. Yeah. Those are fun.
Those are cool to watch.
I feel like a little intimidated to be with you because you're usually throwing out some bad meme and action skills.
Yeah, you know, we're karate stars, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you basically are. You really, really are. And I gotta say, like, season 2, last episode, to train for something like that.
It's really a one-of-a-kind experience. You know, our stunt coordinator slash, you know, guy who choreographs all of our fights, his name's Hito and Janelle. They do a great job in terms of really making everyone's fighting style really unique. You know, when they were starting up the show, one of the big things was making sure more towards the middle of the road, whereas Hawks is much more violent and, you know,
Lots of elbows, dirty
sharp.
cheap shots.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Super aggressive.
Low blows.
Exactly.
fun, yeah.
But so it really is. You know, all of the kudos should be given to our stunt coordinators, Hito and Janelle, because they really put in all of the hours designing the fights and really making sure that we're comfortable, which is fun because we get to do a lot of our own fights, which is super awesome.
Yeah, it's incredible. Were you in karate before you got involved with the series?
It's a master.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I always
I
joke.
did.
Excuse
we
me.
we both did like a year or 2 in like the 1st grade, but then we went on to do like different sports and like other outdoorsy kind of things. But then when we booked the show, it definitely was an upwards climb in terms of, because I mean, you think
like stretch.
I was about to say, you
Yeah.
think like, at least for myself going into the show, I was like, oh, you know, I play sports, like I'm athletic,
Oh,
I
I
can
got
do this. And I was about
this.
to say, but you're using parts of your body that
It's a
I
completely
never
different
realized.
set of muscle groups.
Is it,
Yeah.
Jacob?
Yeah.
Like, how so? What do you feel like
It's
afterwards?
just weird parts in your hip, like all the kicks and everything. You have to stretch weird parts of your hip. Like most of what we do, I'd say when we're training, is so much stretching.
Yeah.
Like, we just
Wow.
lay on the wall and they just like come like push our legs down.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
But it helps
yeah,
loads.
Oh yeah, it really
Yeah.
does. Like all the stretching really does help because they try to make it so that we can do all of our own stunts. Like they definitely
Yeah.
cater to like every person's like strengths and weaknesses. You know what I mean? So all of his vast amount of weaknesses, they just totally
Yeah, I was
care
about
to
to say.
that.
Yeah.
Only throws punches.
I only do backflips.
Yeah. So we know the preparation for, you know, training and the karate sequences and things like that, but what is the preparation for your hair?
Oh,
Yeah, it looks like kind of short now, but we measured it
pretty
the other
long.
day. It's like a 7-inch mohawk. Get done every day. It takes maybe like an hour, I'd say.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
So
little
high
under an hour.
maintenance.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm the-
really,
I'm the
yeah.
high maintenance
So
one.
high maintenance.
Then I
But
get the tattoos, you know, get some cool tattoos and stuff.
taught you about being a part of this industry, fame, showbiz.
I think just looking at them, the one thing that I think they display better than anyone else is just remaining humble.
Yeah.
You know, both of them, when I booked the show, they're such large icons that you would think like, oh, they really have the potential to just be such jerks because of how famous they are. But getting to work with them, they really are two of the most down-to-earth people that I've ever met. You know, super family-oriented, and I think it goes to show that just because they have that sense of fame with them doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be jerks, and I think they display that wonderfully.
Perfectly.
Perfectly, yeah.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
Awesome.